Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Football is Fixable Alright podcast with me, James. I've got Sess, and we've got Dan back, Dan the man. Hello, mate.
Hello
Welcome
everyone.
Back, part-timer.
I'm very pleased to be here. I'm well rested. Yeah.
We had to do a bit of squad rotation, didn't we? Just to he looked
Yeah.
a bit fatigued. That's what
I have to say,
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed Coops in my stead last week. I thought he was
He's good,
fantastic.
isn't
He was on form.
So,
yeah.
He's one of those players
shout
you can
out
just
to
rely
Coops.
on occasionally, but if you started him every week, then it would be a disaster. So, you know.
I understand sometimes you do have to make an example of your big name player, so I'll take that hit.
Ooh.
That's fine.
Whew.
Yeah. The
Oh,
vice captain.
You approve of that, Seth, do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
do, yeah.
So he's
a good
growing
one,
up. Anyway, Dan does look like he's got a bit of a smile, a bit of a skip in his step. I mean, United, you're 4 wins in a row, Dan. That guy's going to get his hair cut soon.
What? You know.
Oh, wow. I don't want that to happen.
Oh
That'd
man,
be a shame, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This is the best I've felt as a Man United fan in I can't remember how long. So I'm just living on this high. I do think they'll bottle it. I do think the pressure of getting that guy's haircut is going to
Yeah.
be too much for them, and I think we'll fall at the final hurdle. But yeah,
You could make like
it's
a
been a good
coat out
time.
of that hair now, couldn't you? It was like, or a nice big
Yeah.
blanket or something.
Or a wig.
Oh, yeah, probably a wig, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I bring it off the post?
Let's do it.
My off the post this week, it follows last weekend when David Moyes celebrated, I think it was an equalising goal at Brighton. I'm sure you remember this, S. Your hero, David Moyes, leader.
Yeah. You
Everton.
better be careful what you say about him.
Actually, I'm on his side with this. So
Okay.
in his, he was booked for celebrating.
Yeah.
And in his post-match press conference, he was kind of saying, it's absolutely effing sad, isn't it? It's, that I'm getting booked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said if he was more agile and stuff, he'd have done an
Yeah.
e-slide. But in good news, I would say he said he will do it again, is what he said, which is great. But some of the comments underneath that I thought were quite funny as well. So yeah, lots of comments saying, the game's gone, the game's gone, game's gone. Like they're all nodding and agreeing with each other. Yes. But then, presumably an Everton fan, one of the comments was, the game is back! Yes, David! Which I appreciated quite a lot.
Yeah.
But then my favourite one was, deduct Everton 10 points.
That's normally what happens.
And there's my off the post. Hey, did you guys hear that? What's that noise?
Oh, yeah.
The train now approaching platform 10 is the 9:15 Cole Palmer International to Stamford Bridge. All aboard, please. All aboard.
Right, guys, Cole Palmer. I mean, the train's arrived apparently. It's well and truly arrived at the station. Are we getting on it?
Yeah. We've been wanting to get on this train for a long time. It's the most popular train there is right now.
It's got a lot of people on it.
Loads of people, yeah.
It's
I
crowded.
want to know what it's all about.
Quick, we better get on though, guys. Come on, it's leaving soon. We've got to get on it. Let's go.
This seems to be something that is constantly talked about. I see it on YouTube all the time. All of the people on the club, pit side overlap, Rory Jennings especially.
Just goes
He's a
on
Chelsea
about
fan.
him.
Yeah, but they all do. I mean, you listen to Carragher and Neville, all of them seem to do it.
All the mainstream pundits, they
Yeah.
love him, don't they? I really don't understand it. He's a good player. We've said this on previous episodes.
Yeah.
He's a good player, Cole Palmer.
He's better than me.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not sure about me, but
Biggest compliment I've ever heard from you.
he edges it over you, I guess. Yeah. But no, I just don't get the fuss. Like, we're going to give some examples in a minute about. Well, we're going to weigh up essentially, aren't we? Like, what is all the fuss about? Should we be on this train? We're currently at the station. The train's arrived.
Yeah.
This weekend, he's just scored a hat trick against. Was it Wolves? I think it was Wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's going to get such big plaudits, obviously, because it's, the Cole Palmer train. If he scores a hat trick, he has to be the best in the world.
It's building up a head of steam, shall we say?
But 2 penalties. No one's ever going to remember this, and no one's going to remember the fact that when he scored the 15 goals or whatever, was it last season or season before? It was mostly
I think it was
penalties.
2 seasons ago, because last year didn't he have that huge spell, which I've said before, how he Saka got injured, came back and scored before Cole Palmer did.
Yeah.
It was that whole period.
It was something like 16 weeks or something without a goal or an assist.
Yeah, he was still world class. He got, was it a Ballon d'Or nomination or
He
something
got
or
a
other?
Ballon d'Or nomination, even though he didn't score until May, I think it was.
That was it.
Yeah, he was 8th in the Ballon d'Or. Harry Kane was 13th.
That is absolutely insane. Dan, where do you stand on this? Are you like, you're not going to be the John in this, are you? Because John loves him.
Before he goes to Man United.
At the moment, I'm standing on the platform, but I mean, other than that, I'm really not sure. I think he's definitely overrated. Let's say that. I know you just mentioned before he goes to Man United. Now look, can we clip that actually? Because there have been links in the January window. There were mentions of Palmer going to United. I think
we can just see in a year's time, Dan is absolutely loving him.
Yeah, I think
best player.
I think if that does happen, I think I'm well and truly on that train unashamedly. Right
at the front.
Yeah, 100%.
With John.
Yeah, I'm getting my front row ticket to Manchester. I'm driving that train, and I'm loving it.
It'll be like James with Jorginho when Jorginho went to Arsenal, and all of a sudden he's actually quite a good player.
Yeah,
genius, great player.
Definitely. But for now,
with Kai Havertz, Aaron Ramsdale, they're all as soon as they play for Arsenal, he's a really good player.
World class. Yeah. Who is it described as an Arsenal legend the other week that was like just not in any way, shape or form in Arsenal? Was it? I'm trying to remember who it was.
It definitely wasn't Xhaka. Anyway, back to Cole Palmer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I was watching the pitch side last week, and the 4 YouTubers, they basically had to pick the top 3 players this season in the Premier League from each position.
Okay.
Top 3. And they kept on saying this season. So they're not talking about historically, you could talk about Van Dijk or Alisson historically, but this season, can you say they're better than the rest?
Yeah.
So that's what they kept on saying, and all of them put Cole Palmer either second or first for the number 10 role.
That is
my God.
And they all were saying, and none of them argued about it. They were all saying, I know, this season he hasn't been so great, but you obviously have to put him in. Why? Why do you obviously have to put him in?
No, it's
I
nonsense,
don't get it. Why everyone...
Yeah.
What's he actually done? I know people will say, well, he's won the Champions League and stuff because he was in, what was it? He was in the Man City squad, wasn't he? I don't know really how much he played in that, to be honest.
Well,
It's the same as Pele won 3 World Cups, but in the second World Cup, he got injured, I think, in the first game and didn't play the rest of the tournament.
But according to the stats, it's on his, it's on his name.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think the stat merchants, like you were saying, 2 of his 3 goals over the weekend were penalties.
Yeah.
So, but the stat merchants will just be, oh no, we'll look at those goal contributions and all that.
He still has to take a good penalty. Yes, but they're penalties. I mean, what's the rate? It's something like 83% likelihood.
Yeah, I think it's 0.8, 0.9.
How many shots do you take, which are 83% likelihood to score?
Also, I hate to say anything in defence of Arsenal, so this is really painful for me to say, but
sorry, I can edit out whatever you say good about Arsenal.
If you can try and make this sound in some way not defending Arsenal, Cess, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
But it was only a week ago when Arsenal were being heavily criticised because, was it Gyökeres hadn't scored a non-penalty goal for however long or something? Was that the argument? There was...
and
it was something like because he scored 2 or 3 penalties for us or something. So out of his 7 or 8 goals, only a couple of them were non-penalties.
So there was,
or something along
there
those
was
lines,
this narrative which was discounting penalties, but now, of course, Cole Palmer's scored a hat-trick. I am quite adamant we will not hear that same narrative about Cole Palmer, will we? We won't hear... He scored a hat-trick, but 2 of them were penalties.
True.
And it's just double standards.
It is, and if you look at England as well, how many times in the last few years have we heard Cole Palmer should play in front of Saka ahead of Bellingham? And you just think, why are you ousting our best players who have done nothing wrong just to try and shoehorn Cole Palmer?
That's it, shoehorn, because he's not even a right winger, for example.
No.
I get maybe the Foden Bellingham comparison, similar positions and things, but I know you're going to accuse me of bias if I defend Saka, but
I'd pick Saka on the right. He hasn't done anything wrong.
Exactly.
He's been our best player.
His performances for England and Arsenal for about 5 years have just been consistent, have been quality. Why would you suddenly drop him because some young lad who's got potential, but why would you just suddenly drop him because, he's world class, just got to come in?
I mean, surely this season, as a number 10, Morgan Rogers is by far and away the best number 10
performing in the league.
Yeah, not just number 10 in the league, but like number 10 English player as well. Like, surely he's going to be way ahead of Palmer.
Yeah.
But it just feels like as soon as he's kind of fit and either assists or scores, oh yeah, Cole Palmer's a shoo-in.
Yeah, so
He's
true.
world class, you know.
I mean, just a quick
I just don't
shout out,
understand
sorry,
sort of
for
world-class
best number 10s in the league. Just going to say, quick shout out to Bruno Fernandes. I can't let that pass. Sorry. Okay.
You know what? I'm actually going to start jumping on the Bruno train. I didn't
Yes.
realise until this season. So, what was it? 6 seasons he's been in the Prem.
Yeah.
5 of the 6, he was the top chances created.
Yeah.
And in the one season where he wasn't top, he was one behind the top.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
That's insane.
Yeah.
For a United team, that is shocking.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. He just literally got his...
Yeah, I couldn't believe
He
it.
got his 200th goal involvement, so goal or assist today.
Yeah.
To do that,
Yeah, that was like 100 goals and 100 assists, or like 97 and 103 or something
It's
like that. That was
insane,
pretty
isn't
much
it?
even.
It's just insane.
And this is I know we're going to provoke United, Chelsea fans not getting in, because, oh no, he's better than him, or he's not. But the thing is, Bruno Fernandes has consistency and more time behind him to support a claim.
Yeah.
Whereas Palmer's had patches where he's come over, he's scored like 3 goals in a game, or 6 goals in 6 games.
In 4 months with nothing.
Yeah, and then he's just been patchy, which you'd expect of a young player. And that's absolutely fine. We're not having a go at him for that.
No.
But the idea that he's suddenly world class because we're picking the moments when he's had a good spell.
Yeah.
Suddenly that's him as a world class player. He gets on a World 11 or Premier 11.
Yeah, exactly. And is it because he's English? Because I would say if Cole Palmer, when he's most of the time injured or not scoring or assisting, he's still world class, then why is it Bruno isn't world class?
Yeah.
I mean, this season,
Yeah, true.
he spent, 5 months out of position, in a position that we all agree he was terrible.
Yep.
Like, not necessarily terrible, but he shouldn't have been
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And yet, he's still the top chances created this season.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and yet, Bruno, no, he's not world class.
Yeah.
But
I
Cole
think
Palmer,
the thing with Bruno, I know that he provokes, he annoys me at times because of he does dive, he does cheat sometimes, but at the same time, his consistency, you have to say, he's absolutely brilliant. And what he's done in that, like you say, struggling United side.
Yeah.
Whereas Palmer, that Chelsea side's probably in a much better position than United by how much they've spent, the players they've got in there, and he's not shining to the same level. Yes, okay, in his defence, he's had a few injuries. I think he's had a bit of a groin injury this year that he's been in and out of. So again, we need to add balance to this. That's what we're trying to do. We're not just trying to have a go at Cole Palmer. What we're trying to do is provide a more accurate, balanced assessment.
I would say that in terms of consistency, Bruno obviously has been consistent. Morgan Rogers, I would say, in the last few years has been far more consistent for England as well.
Yeah.
I also hate this term goal contribution thing. It's like those stat merchants that I mentioned earlier. It's like that's how we define what a good player is these days. It's such a simple black and white decision. Yes, you're good because you've got these numbers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, stats have their uses, but that's not how you define. I had one of my students recently, a Spurs fan, was saying that he'd have...
Is this the same Spurs fan that said, when we're good, when we're bad, we're bad?
No, but it's another one like that.
Okay.
They're all the same, really. And he was saying how Saka wouldn't get into the Spurs team and stuff like that. And they'd, it was...
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
And I get there's bias and stuff like that, but he said, but Saka hasn't had any goal contributions, and they're using the goal contributions thing as like the definition of what a good player is these days.
Definitely Saka should be contributing to goals more, but it's not something that you should actually define someone with. And we're not defining Cole Palmer just from goals and assists as well.
Exactly.
We're not using stats. We're using... I know that he looks like one of those players that's... doesn't necessarily glide, but he has this kind of like smoothness, kind of like do you remember Berbatov? He's the kind of
like a finesse type,
almost finesse,
graceful type thing.
Graceful. It might kind of look lazy, but actually it does. It produces.
He's got an incredible touch, and and the way he can take the ball on the turn. He's got so many accolades that is like really high quality, but it's putting them all together and having them at a high level on a consistent basis
that
makes you a top quality player, and he hasn't shown that yet, but he is no doubt an incredible prospect, like no doubt. But you can't say that he's already the best in the league or world class. He could be that level, and I think because people see that he could be that level, it's like they're already jumping the gun and saying he's there already just because he's showing the potential to be there.
Well, one thing we fixed on previous episodes, maybe last season, stuff like that, is about how players are judged on purple patches alone, like type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember, like Chris Wood last year for Forest?
Yeah.
And they were saying how he should be in the England squad, and he was in a purple patch. He had a great season, but is he suddenly world class or whatever? You watch him play, you think, well, his XG, if you want to use the stats, was overperforming sort of thing. He was
Yeah.
overperforming his XG type thing. So I want to give you an example with Cole Palmer. We are not making this up. So last season, it was in October, and Palmer had 6 goals and 4 assists in his first 6 games of the season. Only Haaland had scored more.
Yeah.
And Dean Ashton on Sky was asked about if he's better than Hazard. And I want you to note, well, you can write this down actually. I want you all to write this down. His response, I think he is better than Hazard. I think he is and will be. Whatever that means. I think he
is
already
and
is,
will
and I think
be.
he will be, then followed up with.
Oh, wow.
That's top-class punditry for a start, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be doing the things already and on a consistent basis, notes that you said consistent, even though it was 6 games.
Yeah.
This isn't the first game where we've gone and wowed about Cole Palmer.
No, and it won't be the last either.
No, well, he's just scored this hat-trick, so we're ahead of time at the moment, but we are predicting this week. I imagine when this podcast episode is out, everything's written about how world-class he is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say, so we're at the waiting room on this station at the moment. We're having this debate in the ticket office or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do we get on this train?
Yeah, do we buy the ticket?
Yes. We're going to need some time to think about it. Should we get into a halftime head scratcher first?
Good idea.
Bom dia! Time for a head scratcher with an African vibe. Senegal were crowned the latest champions of the African Cup of Nations in January, but which nation has won it the most? Answers coming soon. Hello, it's Soon. I asked before the break for the team that had won the most AFCON tournaments. The answer? The Pharaohs of Egypt, with a whopping 7 titles. I guess they top the football pyramid in Africa.
Thanks, Coops. Nice one there, as always. I bet he's on the Cole Palmer train as well, actually, isn't he?
Oh, Chelsea fan. Of course he would be.
Yeah, I think he does like old Cole.
Yeah.
Right, so we've had a bit of time to think about it, lads. So we're getting on the train. It's going to be leaving soon.
Well, one thing, guys. This, I think, actually kind of has the same argument as what we said before about the Great White Hope. Do you remember?
Yes.
The whole thing about
yeah.
with Saka, they got all of a sudden they thought, oh, Foden can take over from Saka, even though they don't play in the same positions. Let's oust Saka.
The media were almost making an agenda to compare the two every chance they had.
And then they thought, oh, Foden's not doing so well. Oh, but Grealish is coming up, so Grealish.
Yep.
But then they all faded away and Saka just keeps on going. I kind of feel as though they're doing the same with Cole Palmer. I mean, they tried to shoehorn Cole Palmer into Saka's position to kick him out instead of just saying maybe he should fight in other positions. And some people are trying to shoehorn him in Bellingham's position as well.
It's an interesting point. It's not a nice thought, and I know we need to be careful what we say. We're not saying this is the case, but it is a thought, isn't it, in terms of...
if media creates narrative, and a lot of the media are... Basically, they do think like that.
Well, based on evidence in the past, we've seen that they've come out with sort of approaches that kind of insinuate that, definitely. That's the case. I mean, that's something which is more systemic?
Systemic?
Is that the word? Systemic?
Yeah, because it's also the same. How many times have Arsenal fans come out and said, you know what, Saka's world class, and they get laughed at? And yet how many people say Cole Palmer's world class and they just accept
Everyone
it?
goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't get it. I honestly don't understand. The one thing which I won't allow is they actually started to compare him with Bergkamp, which BBC started asking him, and he said I've never watched
Bergkamp
Bergkamp.
is way overrated. So
careful. I always threw that glass of water all over you there. But in terms of, so it was in a post-match after he'd played, it was probably during this time I mentioned earlier, when he scored, he had a good start to the season. And in the post-match, BBC commentator guy was asking him, have you remind me of Dennis Bergkamp? Do you remember, have you thought, and Cole Palmer, which frustrated me, was, no, I'd never seen him play. No, it was, which is fair enough. He obviously wasn't born or was very young or whatever. But the fact, so there's two things. The fact that he's compared to such greatness is one, which I won't allow. And two, he'd never even watched or heard of him or all this type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting on the strain, lads. I'm sorry. I'm not having it. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah. I really can't. It's almost as though it's made me not like him, just because I just can't understand it. It's the same thing as Sterling, where I just couldn't understand why. Fine, Sterling was scoring loads for City, and so he was being very successful. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when they kept on saying Sterling's one of the best English players we've had. He must be in the all-time, he could make his way into the golden generation, and I just couldn't understand it. Like, very successful, yes, in terms of scoring goals. Everyone pretty much agrees Haaland is an incredible, one of the best goal scorers that we've ever seen in the Prem. But as a footballer, he's not that great, and he's very athletic, and he is very suited to the style of football there is now in this era.
Yeah, definitely.
But we can all agree he isn't that great as an actual footballer. That was the same with Sterling. Sterling scored a lot of goals, but then when he got the ball, everyone had this idea, he can take it past players. No, he couldn't.
No, he got tackled
so
almost
true.
every
He
time.
would lose the ball 95% of the time. I'd
Yeah.
love to see those stats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One thing with Cole Palmer is he's got the footballers these days, especially in the Prem, right? The top league players have media agencies that represent them. They do all of their kind of social media, or most of them anyway.
Yeah.
Most like social media posts and engagement, that type of thing. So he's represented by a company. I won't name them, but they are very good at how they promote him. So like the whole Cold Palmer thing. They've played on that a lot. They created little what's the
Shorts?
word? Shorts, and also like slogans, like little campaigns, like the Cold Palmer campaign, Ice Cold, Hot versus Coal, and all. So they're very good at what they do. And I'm wondering if part of this isn't necessarily his fault in terms of he's just turning up and playing and doing his thing.
Yeah.
But he's got this agency that he uses that are. Didn't he copyright some like models, like little toys of
Yeah, I
himself
think
or
he
something
did.
like that? He actually tried to patent them.
Yeah.
So like his celebration, it's all become it's a business, and that's the thing. And I wonder if that is what is twisting people's minds into thinking that he's suddenly the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
know?
You're probably not wrong there, actually.
And that's
It's a
and you're
PR
defi-
campaign, is what it is.
And you're
Yeah.
right, it's definitely not his fault. I mean, have you heard the guy speak post-match press conference?
wow.
Like, he's not
in terms of
exactly the most
enthusiasm,
dynamic, is he? So you
Yeah.
can't say
He's
he's the
worse
driving
than James
force
Milner.
behind it.
Yeah.
Ben White's the best. You ever seen the Ben White ones?
Yeah.
They're hilarious. He just no, we're fine. He just kind of one-word answers and things. But yeah, so that's the thing. He doesn't really have much. You've got to say it's his fault in terms of he's the one who's hired this marketing company.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who are doing a really good job, and they're selling
Smart.
loads of.
Do you have their number?
Really smart.
Like, maybe we should...
We could.
Yeah.
We could do with that actually, couldn't we? We could do some models
Yeah.
of ourselves. We could,
Yeah.
we'll sell those.
I just can't get on the Palmer train because it just doesn't feel right at all. Why are we giving so many plaudits to this one player when you have someone like Morgan Rogers, who I would say he's more pleasing on the eye? Like, he's so much more fun and dynamic to watch.
The goals he's scoring from outside
Goals
the box.
he's scoring he's far more consistent for both Aston Villa and England.
Currently in a team, Aston Villa, who are performing at a higher level than Chelsea as well.
Far more, yeah. So I just
Why aren't the press getting behind him as much?
yeah,
It
exactly.
feels like they're not.
yeah. And again, Morgan Rogers isn't white.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Once again, so we're not sure, but that's certainly something that we have noticed anyway.
It's just a very it's a pattern. Isn't
It's almost
it?
in the ether. There is It's not causal necessarily, but there appears to be a correlation.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it seems like Sess
yes.
and I are staying at the station at the moment, and we might get on the train in the future at some
well,
point when the ticket
I'm
prices come
thinking-
down a bit. But
I'm thinking one of us should go on for
All of a sudden,
educational
like, you might be going
purposes.
To United. Yeah.
that's what it is, isn't
We
it?
need
Oh,
to-
you might be at United soon.
He
I might
still
maybe
has
I'll,
he's got like 7 years left in his contract, so you will have to pay a lot.
yeah, he's at Chelsea for another 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, our league is absolutely lighting up. We've got John competing for first place. He's been top all week. As things currently stand, he is still top, but obviously the game weekend hasn't finished yet. He's got 1,487 points, but he's followed closely by Patrick Finney, 1,472 points.
Come on, John, you can do this.
Do you reckon, I wonder, because earlier in the day today, John sent a message to us saying he recommended Victor Gyökeres last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't put him in his team. He said, maybe I should start following my own tips. And it just made me think, do you reckon John's top because he's giving everyone else bad tips?
Wow.
This
so
is
he's actually sabotaging everyone else.
Yeah, this is why they don't let football players bet on football matches, because they're involved in it. I reckon he's manipulating it. He's corrupted the league.
That's true. Yeah. Wow. I mean, if he wins it, we'll just disqualify him then.
Yeah,
100%.
it's absolutely not right.
Yeah.
So if you want to join our league and show
His
your true ball
tips are
knowledge,
misleading.
so if you want to join our league and get a shout out every week that you can top it, if you can, with John's corrupt tips, you can join with the code SD4GZV and see if you have what it takes. Lads, I'm a bit nervous about this because you know the kids love Cole Palmer. Our ratings are going to go through the floor.
True. Yeah, it might do. But then they might learn something. They might realise, actually, maybe he isn't that good. Maybe we're being led by the media. Maybe we need to watch him. And then they'll see there's other players like Caicedo that just consistently way better.
Arguably, Caicedo is world class. I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's in my opinion, Chelsea's best player.
Yeah, Caicedo, I would say Reece James is up there.
Yeah. Those would be the
Cucurella.
first two for me.
Yeah.
Cucurella? Nowhere near that.
Yeah, unless he goes to Arsenal. Oh yeah, he's always been really consistent. Yeah.
Can we have his haircut with the United Strand guy?
Or gets a haircut, yeah. If he gets a haircut, I think James might rate him a bit higher. But because of his
that's
hair.
true.
So we're not getting on this train then, on the Cole Palmer train, but the train on the other platform's the Beto train. Should we get on that?
No, we're not getting on that one. I'm an Everton fan, and I'm not getting on that train.
That's a world class train, that one. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what the destination's going to be, but I want to get on it. That's exciting.
Who's Beto?